Good morning, good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at XRP, and then we're going to be jumping over to liquidity along with the Sigma coin. So, all right, guys, we have a wonderful sweep and breakout starting here for XRP off the lows. We've been talking about this for quite a while with this potential squeeze move back up to this higher level of 151. So we'll see how that ultimately plays out here moving forward. So, but this was the expectation of how we thought our breakout was going to play. Now we could just, of course, blast through this and continue higher. There might be still a back test, so we'll just kind of wait, watch, and see how pricing and everything else, or sorry, what we end up getting at different levels and how that plays. So, zooming into the price action that we had yesterday, we had a tricky couple price moves that we happened. So we had our wave 1 and a wave 2 correction off the lows here after completing a larger degree, wave 1, wave 2. So this was our wave 3 move that we're starting out, and we're now moving into the parabolic phase. Okay, so into this portion here, when we zoom in, we actually had a more tricky ABC structure that played. So this right here was an ABC. So we actually had a completion of a wave 2 ABC that went up. So we actually came down for the A leg, up for the B leg, and then down for the C leg right here. So that was the end of the way that we did it. And I was able to trade, luckily, most of this. I shorted here, then shorted again here. Was able to short this and then ran the long there. So it was a pretty good day yesterday. Was able to navigate this corrective structure pretty well. We're going to show how this was ultimately determined because we have a couple trend-based fibs that we want to show here. Okay, so first off, we had counted 5 waves to the downside here for this move. So from the low, we ended up having a level here where we grabbed this move and we went up on the trend-based fib and then back down to this lower move here. And that was an equal measured move for the trend-based fib. That's how we knew this was an ABC, because wave A is the same length as wave C. And this was a zigzag breakdown here. Then this is how we got that target live on the Sigma space for where we were going to be exiting on. Okay. Next, we ended up having this identified as the wave A, and then within this wave B, we have that ABC, right? So that's your wave B. So then we grab to the end of the B, and we knew where our C leg was going to be. So I was luckily able to snipe this low right here with half my bag entry, and then of course had to go to sleep. And so I wasn't willing to expose myself beyond this. But what was great is anybody who grabbed this and then DCA'd into the higher low with the breakout, and then the higher low again is now in super profit up here as we run higher on this whole thing. So that was pretty wonderful, right? So now we can use the same tool again in a different way. So if we identify this as being the wave 1 right here for this move, and then we go down here for wave 2, because this is also an ABC move, we should see our wave 3 measure us out to $1.49 or $1.50 possibly. Unless, actually, you know what? That's the wave 2. There we go. There we go. Much better. So we're at the 618 normal rejection area for this move. We could even squeeze to the 2618 up here at this level, but we're starting to get exhausted for the day. So we'll be looking for continuation beyond this $1.50 region that we're pushing towards. So, but this is how this would ultimately track. If this was a wave 1 and then this was a wave 2 correction, then we would actually be hitting our wave 3 beginning level, and we would start seeing a wave 4 and possibly a 5th wave squeeze. So we'll be looking through the count and just giving this thing some time as it matures. So, all right, so that's how we were kind of able to accomplish some of these moves here and these target entries for the current price action. Now, something to note here as you move forward with this march up the mountain is you want to make sure that you're just identifying that each of these lows ends up being a higher low, and it just continually marches its way higher. So just slowly follow this thing up the mountain, move your stops up, and enjoy the squeeze, because it's a big one as everybody's jumping in and buying this thing. Liquidity here for the coming forward, we're just chopping all through. This is month-long liquidity. I don't even know if I could go to 3 months. Let's see. This is month-long liquidity we just saw. There's a ton down here, but that's, of course, not likely to be absorbed because people are chasing this now. So it's going to be a chase and follow. Not much more liquidity above us, so I think we might have to correct and chillax a little bit here as we move up into the higher $1.50 region before we can continue, because they got to build up that liquidity. The big liquidity batch that we see here is at $1.76. So that would be here. And then I'm eyeballing this $1.86 region for this initial breakdown from way back over here as a very large potential rejection area. So we will see. And then finally, we've got ourselves the Sigma coin. Let's take a little look-see over here. Well, hey, look who's got himself $1 million market cap. Yee! So we've been having a big fight here. We expected a pullback into this region. So our daily RSI is starting to get a little heated here, which is expected. And so a pullback will be welcomed. But as of right now, from this low, we got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so this will be a little small corrective area. And this is that back test that I was expecting to come into play, but it may end up being a move where we end up just doing a sideways flat because of the demand for the asset, and we do something more like that. So we'll see which of these two universes we get, but if we get a back test down into 784, you're welcome for the gift from the market. So yeah, we'll see how that ends up playing ultimately. But yeah, so far so good. Sigma is getting ready to rumble. So all right, guys, so that's how Sigma's looking. If you want to get any of these tool instruments that we use, we have the Ticker Tactics website where you can get sequence pressure triangles, you can get yourself some volatility structures, or if you want to be part of the group, we got our playbooks, which ultimately allow you to get hand-holding and Discord access to the trades that we set up here on this video today. So you got that. You've got yourself the liquidity. Nothing major stacked, so they'll have to build it probably in this region before we could squeeze higher. Sigma squeezing, and a beautiful XRP extravaganza to the upside. All right, guys, we will talk soon, and thanks so much for watching.